We gotta go pick it up. The most popular lure ever, pretty sure. I figured at some point in my life I should do a video on it, you know, because it's important. When this thing came out, it took everything to the next level. Yes, that's right, the original Rapala.
The pronunciation of Rapala can vary depending on where you are and who you talk to. The original Finnish pronunciation is something like Rapala, with the emphasis on the first syllable. But a lot of people, especially in the US, say Rapala, with the emphasis on the second syllable. You might also hear some variations in between, but those are the main ones.
I love it when I can buy fishing lures and it's a business expense. All right, 2, you know why. 1 will be dissected and the other will be fished with in comparison to the one that I make. An F9, I looked it up and that is the most popular 3.5-inch version. I always thought it was interesting with Rapala. They've been putting more glue on their boxes. My goodness, I had to destroy the packaging to get this out. Most of the time bait makers do not include the line tie and the rear hook hanger when measuring a bait and its length, but Rapala does. 3.5 inches. It's 3.25 if you don't include the hardware. I never did when I sold baits. We're gonna get straight into why this is the most popular lure ever made. I'm taking the hooks off. It just feels like nothing. This is just air. Not a direct, but kind of a reason why this is so popular. Made out of balsa. Floats super duper duper hard. I rarely make a fishing lure out of balsa wood anymore. I don't even have any up there. I use Tupelo. I just gave that quite a few passes with a razor blade. You saw the clear coat being shaved off. It's a pretty thick freaking clear coat for a little bait like this. And you can put that thick of a clear coat on a balsa bait because the wood is so flotacious. I'm still getting through clear coat. Just got down to the foil. That took quite a bit. Gotta get through that foil. Just broke through the foil a little bit up here. You can see the balsa now. We're gonna keep going. We're unveiling why this lure is so good. There we go. This isn't just why it's so good, this is why they can make so many. This is why they can keep the quality super high. Why it's so useful as a fishing lure. This is just answering everything right now. You're about to get it. Boom! It's proven. You can see the slot that the wire was put in, but there's no weight in this bait, except the wire, the hooks, and that plastic lip. What was invented when they made this thing was a shape for a fishing lure that required no ballast. I don't know if they were the first to do so, but that's the big deal about this bait. Fishing lures can be made so fast. If you don't have to take that step of weighing it correctly, you can just trust that the shape of it's good. You can make millions of $9 fishing lures and profit well. And you can take the extra time to put really good clear coats on your baits, to never drop that original awesome foiling job that you can put on your baits, to consistently come out with awesome other baits. I'm not a fanboy or anything, I'm just, in my lure making years, I've stumbled across this profile as well and realized it does not need weight to work well. And it's not just this profile from the side, it's also this one. Hopefully you can kind of tell. Reverse teardrop shape. Top is wider, belly skinny. Buoyancy up here, less buoyancy down here. This thing will want to orient itself correctly in the water. Bloop. Ready to go. Okay, this bait is already destroyed because I've given the water access to the wood grain. So let's really prove that there's no weight in here and carve down to the wire halfway through on one side. I think it's so cool that there's a company out there that's making real balsa wood baits at super, super good prices that work well with good clear coats for $10. And they're through wire. This Bondo or whatever they used to cover up the wire slot doesn't go all the way to the wire. So for this lure to work ideally, the weight placement still needs to be considered. Where things are there for reasons. So the wire starts right there, makes the front hook hanger, comes all the way to the nose, loops back around, comes all the way back here, loops back around, and stops right there. You might think, what's keeping these hook hangers from opening up with a lot of pressure, you know? I felt it with my blade, it catches. There's a little tack weld in there. Those are stuck to each other very well. There's a tack weld right there and another one up here. They must have a little machine that does that just perfectly because it's really hard to see with your eyes, but yeah, you can right there. And I'm sure there's another one up here in the head. I just kind of want to keep it like this as a keepsake. We can see what's inside of an original Rapala. So there's a break right here in the wire edge too, towards the tail. I'm sure if there was wire going through here, this is such little wood, such a finesse bait, that it would be too tail heavy. And I bet they chose to not have the wire in there at that spot for that reason. And there's more up here in the head, because right about there is where you would put the weight on this bait. And that's where the weight is. And it's there in the form of wireage. Look at this. Look at this. I couldn't help myself. I tend to not put myself in lure sections in stores because I'll buy lures and I don't need to. I'm a lure maker. I don't need to buy lures, but for $12, I know that might seem like a lot to a lot of people, but there's like hand painted gills and a fin on here, airbrushed stuff, foil. This is a balsa bait. I know you can get plastic ones cheaper, but for $12, if I was to make this for somebody and spend the time, I'd be like, 200 please. This is gonna take me multiple days to do, and I'm still gonna be losing money for my time, like at least 200 please. But you know, they actually come up with the methods. You get fantastic actions in the most simple ways that they can do it. You do that for 100 years, and then you're the most popular thing in lures. Right there, the most popular fishing lure. You did it. I'm not a Rapala fanboy. Let me just restate that. I just appreciate legitness. I really don't need to do this, but let's open the test tank and show you what this does. Each one of you have probably fished with 500 of these in your lifetime so far. Works perfect. There's a dirt dauber up there. Got him! There's not much to say. It does what you already know it to do. Fantastic little wiggle wobble. And that's because of the way that it is. Action City. I decided on a special spot because the water's really high. I feel as though the timing is perfect. 3-inch prey bait from the truck. Oh, no way! that was first cast. 3-inch prey bait from the truck. It's gonna be a good day. The most popular, most proven bait in the world. Let's see if I can make it official. What's it gonna take? 1 cast, 2 casts, 3 casts, or it took 4 and we got a vicious little creek smallie. There is no species that we could catch today that hasn't been made official already, but it's official. Creek smallies, like the Rapala F9s, be free. That was a happy smallie, lots of energy. Oh, this water feels nice and cold. I just put my toesies in it. Life is good. Yep, there's one. Hooked the exact same way. It's official again. There's a little pack of smallies right here. I'm looking for the muskie that made its way up here. Maybe they'll eat half of a Rapala. Yeah, maybe you only need half a Rapala for it to be official. Wow, it still kind of runs. Oh, it's official. Smallmouth like half a Rapala. Okay, we can put the half away now. I kind of want to put the 3-inch prey bait on this pole. Good fish. Lots of current. Much better smallie. A much more beefy river smallie. Yeah, that thing was just hiding under the flow. Felt like a 20-pound flathead at first because of the current. It just floats super, super hard, and that makes it a little less applicable in a lot of situations. Another one. Be free. They're just down at the bottom waiting, which makes it really hard to catch them with an original rat. Man, the jig is the way to catch the smallies today. Be free. What we have here is the original profile. The only difference from this to this is just a smidge taller. The bottom's the same, even the curve on the top is the same, but it's just more. Top profile, that's exactly the same. I think because I'm using Tupelo, which is a less buoyant wood than balsa, still extremely buoyant, just less, I'm gonna want that extra on the top. Dang, I made that template perfectly. It will be available on the Fish With Your Masterpiece lure making course, linked below, because it's not a perfect replica of the original wrap. It's a little taller. Delicate process with a little bait like this, but we got all the chamfer lines on it. I think I have it how I want it. More wood towards the top, narrows out towards the bottom. Oh, I need to cut the through wire slot. One sec. Pretty clean. Not perfect, but I'm not a very good wire bender. I just do stuff. That'll look good though. Cut out the profile, cut a slot in the middle, sanded so the epoxy accepts better, even chamfered the edge to where it's like angled in to cut into the water a little harder. So instead of tack welding, I'm doing something even better. I bent the edges over, right here where the wire ends. We're gonna use super glue and baking soda, even better than welding. I mean, if this thing was supporting you, this is all you had to hang on to off the edge of a cliff, would you rather have it welded or held together with super glue and baking soda? Super glue and baking soda, I know. So let's do that. First we needed to glue in that lip actually. Sanded it smooth. We have that all sealed in with super glue and baking soda. Very, very strong. With the most magical, indestructible material on earth, super glue and baking soda, we just need to seal this and start painting and clear coat it. Starting with white. Aluminum, my favorite silvery color, because it's almost like you foiled it. I mean, foiled's an overstatement, but it does a fantastic job of making it shiny. So shiny. I'm gonna make my own color with some 8-bit baits powders. This is ghost trout. Rainbow trout, my bad. This is rainbow trout. White at the bottom. Charcoal towards the top. Scale reveal. That was an attempt to try to paint the foiled thing. I still need to put the black back at the top and all that, but a little bit of color. Rainbow trout, pinks and greens. You can barely see them though. Let's continue. Blood red on the chin, just like the original. That was the eye of choice, kind of yellow. A little bit of chartreuse in there, it looks really nice. Kind of like the original, but not so dramatic. Pretty good. This totally could have been a one day, but it wasn't. I went in and ate supper yesterday. I didn't come back out. I like to eat sometimes, you know. Once in a while, I take a break from making fishing lures and consume sustenance. There we go. So the body's beefed up. The clear coat's beefed up. I'm also gonna beef up the hooks just a little bit It's gonna add more weight at the bottom. This is just a beefed up original wrap. I mean, I feel like that really did it right there. That's it. Where's the original? That is simply how I would improve it. Use Tupelo wood, beef it up a smidget. It's gonna cast better. That's one thing about these. They just don't cast very well because you're casting nothing essentially. What's the weight difference? Get my crusty scale out. Original one, 0.17 versus mine, 0.28, much more. And there's no weight in here, no ballast. Let's see how it works. Does it sit upright? Yes, and it sits a tiny bit deeper than the original. That's how you kind of start knowing that you need to change the test tank water out. Starts holding bubbles. But that's sitting over halfway under the surface of the water. That's good. Man. That is extra good action. Trying to come up with a good way to describe it. It's a more swimmy action. It's not so snappy. It's like, it has more of a rhythm. Let me show you. Here is the original. And here's the remaster. There's more head churn and there's more body roll and it's more stable. It's because we beefed it up a little bit and we used a bit denser of a wood. Still a super buoyant wood, just a bit denser of a wood. It's gonna cast better. It's pretty much the same size. It's just gonna be so good. Let's go make it official. They made a dock out of the pontoon. Genius. It's a dock tune. I see fish moving. Ooh. Well, this is gonna be fun. Casts way better. Oh my goodness, I just saw a big catfish. Dude, there's some monsters down there. Oh, I'm getting smacked by the sunfish. Oh. There's like 500 sunfish down here. I'm thinking this is actually food pellets. Oh yes, it's food pellets. Is that? It's like the beginnings of a Bjornson pond. I understand now. Well, that's awesome. Growing their panfish. That's important. Fish on! Oh yeah. Yeah. It's official. Pond bass. Like it when you rip off Rapalas. Well, wanted to be free. Good for it. It saved all of its energy for me to not get a slow-mo. That one casts so much better. Fish on! Fish like Wheatie knockoffs of the original wrap. I mean bass. Hot bass. These fish are warm. Another fish on. I just gotta go slow. Whoa. Ding-batting around the net. To be expected. I made an original wrap. I was expecting to have some fun. That sounds like a Rapala ad, but I swear to you, they're not giving me any money. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've caught a few this year.
I remember the one you caught over there on the YouTube. All right, well, I was just curious if you had any luck, so.
Yeah, it's good talking. Oh, big sunfish. Oh, second species. It's not quite official. Oh, beefy little bluegill, little hybrid. It's official. Little hybrid bluegills with portions of its tail fin missing, like original wrap knockoffs. Be free. Okay, another one of these. We're gonna go down there and fish the little spillway with our little original wrap. I have caught surprising fish out of here before. Oh, dang it. We had something on. I think chubs are biting. Oh, that was a smallie. Another one, oh my goodness. They're short striking it because they've probably seen it 1,000 times, you know? They're like, I really want to hit it, but I shouldn't. Had some bites, but I can't get any. Maybe they'll commit more at a different hole. It's all about finding the right hole, fellas. Fish on, because I was fixing my line and just left it there. And we got a massive creek chub. Oh my goodness. He was noosed up there for a second. It's official. Be free. Creek chubs. Third species. Like original Rapala knockoffs. I think if I tried to set the hook on that fish, it wouldn't have caught it. I had to wrap it around. They're so soft and chub-like, you know? I needed to noose them. Fresh cut grass. A 3-inch original wrap in a creek. Oh my goodness. 70 degrees. Giant beetle. Giant beetle, guys. I didn't run it over. Look at this monster. Ah! Dude, that's got some pinching power. What a beast. What a lovely day. That's all I'm trying to say. Awkwardly rhyming away. Ooh, this looks worth fishing. It's getting deeper because we're getting closer to the river. Looks like I could get a walleye out of here. They needed to make this a little lower though. What the heck? There you go. Oh! Smallie. Did you guys see that through the railing? I'm trying to like stick my camera through here while I fish. Oh, fish on. Another species. I'd call that a 5-inch smallmouth, like 3.5-inch original wrap knockoffs. It's the pretty kind too. They're extra like yellow and brown. That one's nice. Gorgeous. Be free. I just got one. It was back there along that rock line.
Yeah.
Little smallie.
Oh, I bet.
I made this to catch them with.
Yeah.
Little original wrap knockoff.
Yep. See you in a couple minutes going by the other way.
Yeah, see you later. Oh, good smallie. Right when that dude left, I caught a good smallie. It's official.
Yeah, brother.
Good smallmouth,
nice, right?
Yeah. Not bad. I was able to bridge flip them. Look at the chunkster. Good stuff. The original wrap knockoff will give you some good fish. Be free. Dude, another one. That guy was right. This is the good hole. Whoa. Okay, that might be the biggest chub I've ever caught. I thought it was a smallmouth. One of, if not the largest chub I've ever caught right there. On the original wrap. Be free.
Give him hell.
Yep. Oh. No. No. No, that was a pike. Oh, I see my lure. Maybe it's not too late. Let's keep going. Okay, we might be able to see my lure float by here, and then there's potential to cast at it and try to catch it and snag it, you know? So I'll fish here for a while, keep an eye out for my bait. Oh. Smallie, 3-inch spray bait. Well, I think it should have passed by now. Maybe it got hung up on something. I've been here quite a while. Oh well, we got some bass, sunfish, smallmouth, one of them was chunky chubs, and almost a pike. I saw it. It was one of those, a thriving little stubster with sharp teeth. Plucked my bait off the line, shook it loose, and there it went. Thing will probably be in the Mississippi River tomorrow. So hopefully that answers the question as to why the original floating wrap is the most popular lure ever made. A slow floating version would probably catch more fish, just being real. But I guess ever since 1936, it's what people want the most. Probably around 4 million of these things ship out from Rapala. Wow, how do you sell 4 million lures? They probably see like $3 profit a lure, maybe 4, I don't know. Rapala as a company sell like 20 million lures a year, it said, so I don't know. You can do the math. And they have to pay extra taxes because they're fishing lures, so. We're just talking about sales and numbers and stuff at this point, so we should probably end the video. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you've ever fished with a Rapala lure. There should be a lot of likes. On to the next bait. Beef. Oh. Sustenance. Oh. Beef it up. Oh. Because we beefed it up. Oh. First cast. Pretty good.